Well, it's time to mellow out, children, to the soothing sounds of the 70s. Here comes another mellow blast from the past. A Pork Frog single ripped off just for you. Well, I finally got around to broaching the subject with my brother of using, staying there for a couple of months as a temporary fix, and he was receptive to the idea. So I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Now, he wasn't jumping for joy over the idea, but yeah, and I missed a lot of sleep last night because I was kind of running it over through my head a lot. But I set the alarm for 5 a.m. because I wanted to get up early enough to walk, but then when I got up, I was wobbling all over the place, and like, not a good idea. But yeah, I gotta be honest, I didn't handle it very well. Um, you know, how do I put this? People like to be in the position of power. They like to be the helper. They like to be the one doing you the favor. So I leaned a little heavily on the fact that I could help him fix his place up, and then I got a lot of money to try to sell the idea to him. So I went about it all wrong, which I should have said, like, I need help, which I do need help. I mean, I've made that clear to him many times. I talk to him all the time that this place is driving me crazy, and that, like, I barely get out of bed some days to eat because the depression's so bad. Yesterday, I actually sat down and I wrote a list of you will do these things. I did pretty good. One of them was shave. One of them was at least start on clippering my hair, which I wore the hat to hide the fact that I got interrupted doing that. Um, Wash clothes, which I did by hand. Which I hope I never have to do that again in my life. I hope I land somewhere that at least has a laundry facility, you know. But yeah, one of the main things about moving there is, you know, get my cat acclimated to the neighborhood because I got a bad conscience as far as pets. I don't want to go into it. It's some of my more painful memories because I am not a good pet owner. So, um, but he is, and I just don't want to abandon my cat. And um, get him once I get him acclimated over there, I won't have to deal with him when I move. I can just leave, and it's a good neighborhood for him. It's This is his home though, so it's gonna be like I don't know how I might have to read up on like keep him in the house, get him used to the idea that this is where the food's coming from. I mentioned like maybe keeping him, just getting him used, because they will go back to their old hood just on instinct, and they're not reasoning creatures necessarily, thinking like there's that the guy that feeds me is here. Now I made that mistake with the cat. I never saw him again, and I didn't want to think about that, but it is what it is. I told that story on here before. I'm responsible for that cat's death. Um, Beloved pet that I had for years. So you know, I, it's like my least fond memory uh, involving animals. Period. Is See, I don't even want to. I wish I could just pull that out, throw it away, but you're supposed to learn from your mistakes. So that's like a major reason, just getting me out of here, before my depression gets too bad. But like I said, I got some stuff done yesterday, and that's probably why I'm walking too good today. Is I did some work, and Yeah. I wanted to do more, but I got interrupted, oddly enough, by my brother. So that will be the plan. And then like he's heavily involved with the sister that I haven't talked to for 2.5 years. So I got that joy waiting me of, trying to fix, not trying to fix that, but just confronting that, not just leaving that, like I said, like a mental wound in my head. And, just dealing with that. Because he started out talking, mentioned her, and I asked how she was doing. And, because she was having trouble with her leg, and um, I guess she lost some weight, and I didn't get no definitive answer as to what was the matter with her leg, but I guess she was limping around for a while. Um, but really, I didn't get any definitive answer there. And, you know, he knows I'm not going to be, I said, I got no desire to live there. And, I got enough money that, especially once the cat gets used to the neighborhood, if I don't have a cat to consider, I can move just about anywhere. And, there's rules and regulations. I've had to cross several places off the list just because they don't allow cats with claws, and I'm not declawing no old cat. No claws and no balls rules at other places too. And so, yeah, so that's good to go. These birds are actually annoying me this morning. I only took 10 milligrams of Valium instead of 15 yesterday, and I don't like birds. I like mornings. I'm a morning guy, but I don't like birds. And I got the window open. It's been very warm here, and now the sun's starting to come out a little bit. That's not good. That's not good for my video. But anyways, it's not going. It's not. I don't think it's going to be a long thing anyway. But yeah. So what I have to do is I have to contact somebody that's got a storage locker, and I don't have much stuff that I want to store because he don't have tons of room uh, for me to store things. So I got some guitars and stuff I can put in this person's storage locker. And he was like, well, he was asking me questions. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy a single bed and a single mattress, or a single mattress and a single box spring, and throw it on the floor, and have trouble getting up every morning off of this thing's like way up high, man. My feet actually, I'm 6'1", and my feet actually don't touch the ground when I sit on this bed. I'm like way up off the ground. And so yeah, it'll be a challenge getting, it'll only be for a while. And I'm definitely not going to be too comfortable there, but I will. It'll be a change of scenery. And I need to go sit out in the backyard. He's got like a backyard, and he has one neighbor on one side he gets along with really good, another one that they just kind of got a mutual understanding that they have the hello there type relationship. So he's got a pretty big backyard. I can sit outside anytime I want. Don't have this whole crowded, more cityfied environment. It's because it's the suburbs. So, but there's no telling how this is going to work out. But I can't do this anymore. You know, I can't live here anymore, and I don't want to give Gerald Miller any more of my money. Um, so, yeah, that's how that conversation went. As I asked about my sister, and just said I got an idea, and just you know, I he has already accepted the idea because he's like, is this gonna help you out? And I'm like, well, yeah, that's kind of the idea. But he was like, don't worry about me, you know. I was like, well, I was thinking like I could stay there for 3 months, and I'm pretty much loaded by our standards, and I can help you fix the place. And he's like, no, don't worry about that. You know, I'll be moving into some place with no hot water. Uh, but can get that taken care of. Plus, he's fighting his own depression thing going on, so he was mentioning something about like our depressions feeding off of each other. I'm like, I don't see that happening. It's like, I was like, I don't know why you're thinking that way, or I don't see that happening. Um, you know, if if I have a door in a room, when I lived with people before, most of the times it was like, why are you staying in your room all the time? I was like, you're a loner and I'm a loner, so uh, yeah, you can your house, you got to run the house. I said, right now I'm living in a room that's smaller than the room that I'll be living in over there. So, it'll be different because there'll be people walking by the door and stuff. Here I don't have people inside my actual living space. They just invade my living space with noise. So, it'll be an adjustment, but I need change so desperately that it doesn't really matter. Because if you sit there and have to write a list and say, like, I'm going to do these things, and like Monday I got a call, like, this transportation service I use and see if they're up and running. And before I even call the place to make arrangements, it's called like Net Transportation for disabled people. And then before I even call the dentist, which I don't want to go to the dentist, but I'm gonna have to. I think I got problems on this side of my teeth too. I'm almost to the point where I'm just waving the white flag on the whole thing. I mean, I don't know. I get some. It's hard to tell that if you're sensitive or you got something bad going on in there. So they'll probably. I haven't been in there in a while, so they'll probably do X-rays and see what's what. But yeah, so I got that fun to deal with, and that's always good in a depression to have to, you know, do stuff. But one thing I know about depression is not doing stuff is not the answer. So you have to, like, I felt better yesterday because I wrote that list. I did some very simple things, uh, except for washing clothes out by hand. Never simple. Changed the sheet on my bed, just basic shit. Got a good shower, shave, began to work on my hair, which I'll finish up today. Thinking about trying to shave it down. I've shaved my head before when I was in my 20s just to see what I'd look like bald, just in case I went bald. To see if I had a weird shaped head. Because you see a lot of bald guys with weird shaped head or grooves in them. Or I was like, yeah, my head's not too ugly. So, I mean, nothing, it's not going to beat hair, but, you know, if I shave it down, I'm thinking I'll have to fuck with it less. Because it's really annoying using clippers. You have to go over and over and over. And the hair that I do have is like thick. So, it's really freaking annoying. So maybe shaving it would be easier. But I think I'm gonna give that a go and at least try it just the one time and see, like, if it's super difficult, you know, to get it shaved right. But it might be one of them things where you just shave it, and you get better and better at it. Whereas clippers, you never seem to get better at clippers because it's all about the clippers. You know, I mean, I don't know. I never, like I said, I shaved my head the one time and scared my mama because I was laying on the couch. This is when I was in my 20s at the folks' house, and she came in the room and I was just laying there and I had a hat on and I said, "Hi, mama," and popped up like that and was just as smooth as a cue ball. And she said, "Ah!" and screamed. That's not quite. I thought, you know, I didn't think that out. Don't scare your mama. That's bad. But yeah. So yeah, I couldn't get. Yeah, I just didn't see the sense in taking a walk this morning with my leg being like it was. And yeah, I won't have to wake up early to take walks, or I can take a walk whenever I feel like it in his neighborhood instead of like waking up to avoid people in this neighborhood and to avoid getting drawn into nonsense in this building. And you know, I've got no illusions that it's going to be a picnic, but I need to change to snap me out of this despair type thing I got going on. And you have to write a list to shave, shower, check them off. Like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. Okay. It's pretty bad. And I'm not too happy. Like I said, not too happy about the dentist thing, but teeth wait for no man. So, COVID or no COVID, I'm going to be exposing myself to COVID just by moving out of here because, I'm going to be living with somebody that's going to be fishing and going outdoors and going to other people's houses. Um, and so there's no hiding from it. If I catch it, I catch it. Um, just the way it is. If I live here, I'm going to die anyway because I can't take living here. Obviously, it's having a very bad effect on me. So I'd rather roll the dice, take my chances out of this place. And it's really depressing that I've been talking about moving. Well, I was talking about moving last summer, and then I got involved in the war vets nonsense, and it kickstarted my smoking habit, which gave me the heart episode. And then, all I'm worried about is like my heart then. So, but I was talking about moving, like in that video I posted with all the nasty stuff in it. I'm actually talking about moving because I had given him my big TV because I'm like, I'm not going to be here anyway. You know, that's like 10 months ago. Um, or maybe a full year ago. I don't know. I know that I had the heart thing in September of last year. Um, I don't know. The Brent guy, why I keep saying the guy's name? Always saying the guy's name. He never called me back. Like, called him like every day. Don't call me back. So I don't know what's going on with him. I'm sorry I missed your call, dude. I don't know what's going on. Leaving him text and whatnot. So, you know, this is a good thing because I'm gonna would have had to pay a 350 to two or $250. $250 minimum, as high as $350 cat deposit, non-refundable. Wherever I would move in it, why not just give that to my brother? And cat rent, why not just give that to my brother? I told him after I move out, like, I'll take care of the food or if he needs to go to the vet or anything like that. Um, and he seemed okay with it. He also said he was getting a kitten though from uh, an old couple he looks out for in the neighborhood. He's got a pregnant cat, I think, is what he said. So he said he was getting a kitten. So, but my cat's mostly an outdoors cat, and he's old, so I don't, you know, I don't, he's more about like what's the outside like around here. You know, I, I really don't like dragging him out of the only neighborhood he's ever known, but I'm not staying here for him because he won't have no owner. I don't know how much longer he's gonna live. He's got a weird looking eye, and you know, he doesn't look all that. He's powerful and muscular and hard as a rock, strong, but he doesn't look. He looks like, he looks like he should have some gray hairs in his beard if he was a human being, or like maybe a full gray beard. But the eye thing is the thing that's freaky because his one eye reflects light weird compared to the other eye, so it looks like he's going blind in one eye. But yeah, so you get it. I don't need to. Anybody that's following this my ridiculous life, I don't really need to um, explain anymore. Um, it's like there's nothing in this world scares me as much as my family. Nothing. I mean, those heart episodes and shit, getting my heart shocked. Nothing. Nothing compared to dealing with my family. So this is a scary thing for me. It's not comforting. It's the idea of being out of here and um, having a suburb neighborhood where I don't not really know anybody there anymore, and can just go outside. Like I could be sitting outside right now and not have to worry about running into you know alleged crack using uh, heavy-footed people, or people in wheelchairs that are just hateful, or crazy people that talk about the evil of wearing hats. And yes, I am hiding something with this hat because people who wear hats have something to hide. Um, I might have to buy some sunscreen for the top of my head if I go outside. So I'm not really fond of hats all that much. Uh, and I got poison ivy. How the hell can I get poison ivy? I never go outside, but I got poison ivy. Like it won't show up on camera, but I thought it was a mosquito bite. It was in a bad place, like right on the knuckle of my hand. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's like a weird color. Um, but yeah, it's a big poison ivy blister. And then I got like a dot here, and I got like a dot over there. I already like rubbed it down with alcohol, but it ain't no mosquito bite. That's what I thought it was. I got zapped by a mosquito somehow. So I don't ever go outside, but for those walks. But uh, there's like I walked down an alley that's got a bunch of greenery, and I do remember it was with my left hand though. I do remember like staggering and grabbing a hold of some uh, foliage on one of my walks, but it was with this hand. So I don't, you know, once you get the oil off you, you're okay. It's a myth that the blisters spread because of, you scratch them open or whatever. Scratching it just doesn't work. It's just a bad idea. You just kind of leave it alone, let it itch. I've been putting hydrocortisone on it, but it's just weird that I got poison ivy when I'm a shut in. It's like, it's, again, funny in a ironic sort of way. Um, I do use my right hand when I walk down the railing. I did do a video outside, but that was a long time ago. Uh, when I did that, walked back there, because there was definitely poison ivy back there, and but it's just weird. I was like, this is a weird mosquito bite, when I'm scratching it and stuff, because you can scratch a mosquito bite, it just makes it itches more too, but you really don't want to scratch poison ivy because it really itches, and it gets those separating blisters. Anybody that catches poison ivy just knows that it's bad. But you can catch like just a couple of. If you get it, you get that oil off you. You know, you can get a mild case where it doesn't spread all over the damn place, but you got to get that oil off you. And yeah, I use alcohol on my hands a lot. And alcohol, well, that's what you do. You use alcohol on it. But yeah, I guess I have to write another list today. On the top on the list, go eat something. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like, I didn't go to sleep until after midnight. But I was like, I want to start getting up early so I can take my morning walks and I can have the morning quiet. At least I don't know when I'll be moving or when that's going to happen, or I got to move some of my stuff out here. But I'll literally take the loss and leave pots, pans, forks, spoons, whatever. Just leave it all here and just get the barest essentials um, oh, to take over there, and then put everything else in storage that I want to keep, and just leave everything here. Let's see what we got. I can't see because there's too much light on the clock, but it's got to be at least 8:30 in the morning. Um, Judging by the angle of the sun and whatnot. And I wrote some stuff because I like to write in the morning. And but I haven't eaten. Don't really want to. I have to. Yeah, it's just everything's a force of will, and I hate that. That's the part that I hate. Is like why everything's a force of will, and then you got the bad leg. You gotta walk. You know how it is. I mean, I ain't the only one. I don't have like a patent on aches and pains and problems with legs and stuff like that, or depression or any of that. So you know how it is. Like I have to do this. I have to do that, and you have to like will yourself to force yourself to do it. And yesterday was a good day, though. You know, um, he'll let me live over there. He's not doing cartwheels, but actually be good for him, huh? And it'd be good for me, at least in the way that I can take care of the cat situation. I don't have to, you know, be. It's a lot easier to find an apartment if you don't have a pet. So, and he knows I got a lot of money, so I'm not staying there out of desperation. And I told him outright, like I don't want to live there. You know that I don't want to live in my folks' house, and I would actually like to meet people and have conversations with people. And I know how dangerous that is from living here, but yeah, I would actually like that. I think that feeds into depression. Whether you're a loner or not, you need a certain amount of human interaction. And yeah, so that's why I was thinking like eventually I'm 52 and that one place is like a 50. Maybe I'll get on the waiting list at that place. They only have 35 units. Just put myself on the waiting list at this place, and then maybe like in 3 years when I'm 55, I want to move in there. You know, uh, but yeah, um, just hang around people from my generation. Not that I can't get along or have conversations with younger people, but it's just easier when you have the same reference points and the same attention span for things. Since somewhere along the line, um, people have their minds are conditioned by media that they have to go have to go here, here, here. Everything has to be quick, boom, slam, video, special effects, cutaways. People have told me to put music and graphics and stuff in my video to up my viewership, but I said I don't care, and I really do not care. I didn't wear a hat because I just didn't want that to be. It just looks weird. I didn't want that to be distracting. It's not like me to you know um, to feel self conscious. But yeah, I was feeling self conscious about not finish it. I'll finish that today with them little tiny $15 clippers. You know what kind of clippers you get for 15 bucks? Not very good ones. You're right. So yeah, that's why it's like, mm, it's like, okay, that arm's tired. Now let me use my other arm. You feel like you're doing one hair at a time. I'm starting to feel pain a little bit from intake of breath. So this tooth here might not be even salvageable. But I'm thinking I got enough money if they want to put a crown on it. But these crowns they put in the front here are still sensitive. And it's still hard to chew. And they have to remake my partial plates because of yanking more teeth. So, where does it come? It's going to end with dentures, of course. But, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's just a timing thing. Like, why now? You can't wait cavity until, like, give me a month until we see where this COVID thing is headed in Ohio. If they're opening up the state, I want to see if we get a spike and then they shut things down again. I want to see where this is going, but I'm not going to be able to wait and see. I might be part of those statistics, you know. And yeah, that- so I'm not happy about that. That doesn't exactly cheer me up thinking about that. But you can't. You get. I'm stuttering like a prick here. You stutter and prick you, but not doing stuff. Have an apathetic attitude and being immobilized by depression or whatever. It doesn't work for me at all. It's like not making phone calls, not staying on top of things, and just letting things go. It's really stressful for me. So it's pretty much because I've been concentrating on piling up the bennies, making that big stash of cash. Uh, I haven't been doing a whole lot of anything, and because I can't walk, haven't been doing a whole lot of anything. But was going to appointments and going out in that way. It's making doctor's appointments. I don't have a doctor anymore, but I was making my doctor's appointments. I was going to the dentist. I was going out to uh, the psych place. I was making phone calls and setting up transportation to go places, and all this stuff stopped. You know, when we had the state declared an emergency area, which yeah, that's not the way you deal with. If you already like have a depression and then they have like a world pandemic that shuts down your state, it's not a good thing. That's one thing I've learned from 2020. Uh, Not a good thing. So, anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do. And you'll be looking at me in a different environment if you still find me interesting in some way. You'll be looking at me in a different environment. There won't be a cardboard Frankenstein together sun blocker in the window, and you know, be more some video of me like probably sitting outside, hopefully with a smile on my face and a look of relief. I don't. Um, oh yeah, I should mention that I did take Neurontin last night for the pain in my leg, and yeah, um, it just I don't know. Like I said, it amplifies the effect of the benzodiazepines, which may be the reason why I only took 10 milligrams instead of 15 milligrams of benzodiazepines yesterday. But I don't feel like I need them right now. I just drank coffee. I've been up since 5. I took that pill, um, like I would say 8 o'clock last night. So it's like 12 hours ago. So technically, I'm like 4 hours overdue if you take 3 pills a day, but I kind of just play it by ear. I've been having a lot of anxiety. Like, that's what I was telling my brother last night. It's like I'm having a lot of like anxiety where I'm taking blood pressure pills to slow the old heart rate down. And then, like, I did that even yesterday. And I was like, well, I'm going to go do stuff anyway, whether the blood pressure pills are messing with me or not. So the struggle continues, and I guess will continue because, as you know, you can't tell young people this, but guess what? Life gets harder when you get older. It don't get easier. You mellow with age. Like you take the you don't get upset about every little thing if you're a sensible person. I suppose there are older people that get upset about everything or obsess about the neighbors or whatever. But you kind of mellow out. You kind of don't get upset about every little thing, and you got a different perspective on life. You can be more appreciative of simpler things like a peace and quiet. If it wasn't for the birds that I'd be enjoying right now, and um, but that is offset by a lot of other things. So that old age thing, it's life doesn't get easier; it gets harder, and that's something that young people cannot grasp. You know, they don't get it. But anyways, I want to go, and I may clock in tomorrow. I may not. It depends. I at least had news this time, so like I said, my brother ain't turning cartwheels, but he's not a cartwheel kind of guy either. So, uh, and me, I'm scared to death because that's the most terrifying thing. I've been through some things like I don't know, facing down a mangy 155-pound Rottweiler, dealing with psychopaths that want to like kill me in the street, in a laundromat, having a guy kick me in the head with boots repeatedly, and having get nearly beat to death. I mean, I've dealt with some things, but nothing scares me more than family because nothing can hurt you as bad as the people that you are closest to. And that's something that I learned, and that's something I'm hoping to fix with my sister because my sister really, I didn't understand what true hatred was until she taught me, or like how poisonous it is. Because, you know, there's anger, and then there's dislike, and then there's that poisonous hatred that just just eats at you and eats at you and eats at you. And then it's like, oh, I understand why people kill people now. I even got to that place where I'm like, I don't want to kill her, but I got all this bad, horrible, resentful, nasty feeling inside of me, and I don't know how to express it. Talking about it doesn't help. Nothing helps it, you know. And I said that is probably why people commit hot-blooded type murders is because they don't know what to do with all that hatred. So yeah, I was blissfully ignorant of hatred. I never even hated God when I believed in the type of God that intercedes on people's behalf when I was going through all that surgeries and tumors and reconstructions and all the hell that I've been through. And then the CRPS, I never took it personal. I don't even hate that guy that tried to beat me to death. I don't, but like I said, man, it's a scary thing. I'd rather move into some other place, but could work out, and it would be nice to be reconciled with my family. They're high stress quotient, and it'll believe me, I will not be like, oh, this is. I'm just gonna chill here for a year or so. It's not gonna be like that at all. You know, it'll be me still looking, trying to find a place to move, and yeah. But anyways, like I said, I may clock in tomorrow. I may not, but at least I had some news for you. And I guess it's good news, even though it scares the shit out of me. And I guess it's time to go shave my head. You don't hear that sentence too often. Don't they shave your head before you go to the electric chair for execution? No, I'm not quite that afraid, but yeah, I'm afraid. I mean, yeah, my family kind of made me into the man I am today, so you know, yeah, I don't want to make this any longer, but I could elaborate and yeah. So, anyways, uh, like I said, see you soon. I hope you're doing good, and hope you're feeling all right and getting by.